Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is Ray from Ray Plays, and today I'm going to be doing a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. So, I really like this deck because, like, I don't know, it just brings back a lot of childhood memories. I used to have a Kaiba deck or whatever, you know. And, sorry the camera's so close. This is, like, the only setup I could really do today. So, first of all, I run 3 Blue Eyes, of course. That's definitely a staple. I wish they were, the LOB, but they're not. But hopefully I plan on getting them. I actually just traded off 2 cards from this deck, so it's not a complete deck, but I only have 1 Maiden. I usually run 3. Well, I always run 3 because Maiden is such a good card, but right now I only have 1, but always run 3 with Maiden because Maiden is such a good card. We'll go over her at the end, and like the combos she can do, they're just ridiculous. And then I run 2 White Stone of Legends. And when it's sent to the graveyard, you add 1 Blue Eyes from your deck to your hand. So this is good when you use Dragon Shrine. And then we have 1 subscribe card. You guys like this video and subscribe. So in each like deck profile I do, I'm gonna have like a little card in here. And from now on, it's gonna be like a special thing that you can do. I don't know, maybe I'll do giveaways or something, or like tell me your favorite jokes, some stupid stuff. But it's going to be in every deck, so just get ready for that when I do a deck profile. I'll be doing a UA deck profile, my updated one, in a couple days because I'll be getting my tour guides and my Skarms. And I actually went to the locals this weekend and I got my MX Saber Invoker, so that's actually what I traded the 2 Maidens for, was for an Invoker. So I got a crazy good deal on that, so I'm not really complaining. I run 2 Shining Angels because when it gets destroyed by battle, you get to add you get a special summon 1 light monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck and face up attack position, and then you special summon Maiden. That's a really good combo. Honest, because Honest is such a great card to have in your hand, especially when you're attacking with a light monster. It gets rid of like any boss monster your opponent has. A Mirage Dragon. Your opponent cannot activate trap cards during the battle phase. So this helps a lot getting an OTK with like Blue Eyes and everything. Then I run 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, and this card is actually like, I love this card. This is like one of my favorite cards in this deck because you can just keep getting your Blue Eyes out and keep getting them out and keep getting them out. So it's really good. And then I have 1 Parsec the Interstellar Dragon, which is a level 8. And if you control a level 8 monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. So this helps if you want to play what's it called, Trade-In, which is discard 1 level 8 monster and draw 2 cards, or it helps when you're trying to get an XYZ summon with level 8. So then I also have 1 Hieratic Dragon of Tefnut, and if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can special summon it, but it can't attack that turn. And so that helps a lot when you just need a card to be tributed or something like that. Always a good card to have out. Rider of the Storm Winds. This is a really good card. You equip it to one of your monsters, and it can't, well, if that monster gets destroyed, you destroy this card instead, so that helps a lot. 1 Flamville Guard, it's a tuner, just like Ride of the Storm Winds. They're both level 1 tuners, and that helps out get out Azure Silver Dragon. Then I have 1 Artifact Moral Attack, which is just a card to like pretty much anger your opponent. It gets them like really mad when you use this card. And so I like using it because if they destroy it and they get really angry because it goes in the spell and trap card zone, you lay it in the spell and trap card zone, and if they use like MST or something on it, you get special summon it in the battlefield. So that's really nice. So that's it for monsters. Maiden is what you want to get out all the time. And this card I'm about to show you will help out with Maiden a lot. I use 3 Full Force Strike, and its effect, Full Force Strike, its effect is you target 1 face-up monster you control this turn. It cannot be destroyed by battle. Players take no battle damage from its attack, and if it attacks an opponent's monster, destroy the opponent's monster after damage calculation. So, if you use it on Maiden, you get a target Maiden, and when you target Maiden, her effect goes off, and you get a special summon of Blue Eyes from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Plus, Maiden can attack any of your opponent's monster. You don't take any battle damage, and that monster is automatically destroyed. So this card is just a freaking amazing in this deck, and not a lot of people know that, but this card is so good. And so I've run 3 of those. 2 cards of Consonance. You discard 1 Dragon type tuner monster with 1000 less attack, which is all of them I'm pretty sure, and you draw 2 cards, so that helps you get going. 1 Trade-In, discard a level 8 monster, draw 2 cards. You don't usually you get your blue eyes in your graveyard pretty fast, so it's kind of hard to use this, so that's why I only use one. One sword is just kind of a stall if you don't get anything. I run one wing beat of Giant Dragon and one Stamping Destruction. Wing beat, they both are good at getting rid of spells on your opponent's side of the field. So Wing beat of Giant Dragon is you return one level 5 or higher Dragon type monster you control to the hand, and if you do, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. So if you use this on Higher Dragon and Tefnuit, it's really good because you'll be able to destroy other spell and trap cards and then special summon it once again if they control a monster, and you don't. So, and then Stamping Destruction is if you control a dragon type monster, you target one spell or trap card on the field, destroy it, and if you do, inflict 500 damage. So that helps get rid of one and inflict some damage. One Pot of Duality, just to get you going, if you're not getting any cards. One for one, which is an amazing card to get Maiden out. You send one monster card from your hand to the graveyard and special summon a level 1 monster from your hand or deck. So that helps a lot. I have 3 Silver's Cry so that you can get your Blue Eyes back out on the field or your Flamville Guard. So Silver's Cry is pretty much like a Monster Reborn for normal dragon types. Then I have, for traps, I have one Champion's Vigilance, and this card is if you control level 7 or higher monster, when a monster would be summoned or a spell trap card is activated, negate the summoner activation. If you do, destroy that card. So this is pretty much like Solemn Warning, except you don't have to pay 2,000, and it's just for a dragon deck pretty much. So this card helps out a lot. And I run one Compost, just a staple, and then Mirror Force, another staple, Draining Shield, another staple. Not a lot of people use that, but this deck is always good to have more life points in case you're not getting anything going. A Divine Wrath, because this isn't really a speed deck, so you're not too worried about having all these traps. It's good to have a back row. And then 2 Fiendish Chain, in case they get out some kind of synchro or extra deck card that has a good effect. You can just use a Fiendish Chain on it, and then a Call of the Haunted to bring back any cards that go to the graveyard, of course. So that's it for the main deck. Remember, I do run 3 Maidens. So then for the extra deck, I only have 4 cards. I run 1 Thunder End Dragon, which is a really good card in this deck. It's 2 level 8 monsters, and you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card and destroy all other monsters on the field, and it has 3,000 attack. So that's a really good card to use. Then I've got 3 Azure Eyes, of course, and Azure Eyes is like an amazing card for this deck. Obviously, it came with the structure deck and everything. This deck is mainly based off of the structure deck, the 3 of them put together pretty much, and then some other cards I've added on my own, of course. And Azure Eyes is level 9 synchro, so you use like Maiden and Blue Eyes usually. And during your standby phase, you can special summon a dragon type monster from your 1 normal type monster in your graveyard, and you can special summon it. You can do that once per turn during your standby phase. And when this card is summoned, dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. So that's a really good effect. And pretty much you're trying to get Azure Eyes out as fast as you can. And you can even do that first turn if you summon a Maiden, and then you activate Full Force Strike on it. You target Maiden with it, okay? And then you can special summon a Blue Eyes, and you got your synchro first turn, and this card can't be destroyed that next turn. So, and then next turn you can special summon your Blue Eyes back out, and you can just go off with that. So it's a really good setup. And if you draw a Mirage Dragon, you can normal summon it, and then your opponent can't activate any traps, and you shut them down. So this definitely isn't a meta deck, but it's a really fun deck to